Greetings, salutations, my friends. My name is Kenzie. You can call me Kat. And I make drawing videos and videos about shows and movies and like story time sometimes and like everything I find interesting or have the time and energy to do. It's the festive season, so for a little gift for y'all, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or nothing, I have an assignment that I was given in which I had to recast an assignment for theater. This was not English or like math or anything, that would be weird. Anyway, it was an assignment for theater in which I had to recast a movie or TV show in which I promptly picked Bungo Stray Dogs, because I am very normal about that TV show. Yeah. And might I say, I do not go to a school where it's normal to do presentations about anime. I know where that's like somewhat normal in other schools. It's not here. I was worried I was gonna get like smited after I was done with this. But I already did it once for my final, and I presented it. Last year for my final, I did in English. I had to use I made a slide about Vocaloid, and it was pretty good too. I think I cooked. Hold on, let me. Essentially, the assignment was to pick a topic we were interested in, Vocaloid, and we had to write paragraphs. One was a descriptive, so like just a descriptive paragraph, a problem solution paragraph, a compare and contrast paragraph. And I was over the top, and I even did extra slides. I didn't get any extra credit for them, I just really like Vocaloid. Oh my god, look, it's Teto. That was for my compare and contrast, in which I compared and contrasted Vocaloid and Udaloids. Yeah. I barely had to Google anything. If that's not hyperfixation territory, I don't know what is. Oh, a little story time about that. During the middle of my presentation, my biggest aunt, who like, she used to make fun of me for liking anime. She would be like, "Is this anime talk?" At this point, we were not besties. We were not on good terms. I was not talking to this person. She raises her hand, and I am obligated to call on everyone who's raising their hands. And she's like, "Is this anime talk?" I think it is. No, it's not. It's actually normal Japanese talk. It's not anime. One of my paragraphs was literally about how Vocaloid is not an anime.
Migu is not an anime. Pay attention.
Anyway, if you want me to go over this, I can in another video, because it's Christmas. Anyway, we should probably get back on track. By the way, I'm going to pause every time I get to a character, because my screen is inverted, and this screen is not inverted. I'll screenshot it, and I'll flip it in CapCut, so that you can read my reasons, because I'm not reading them. I had to do that in front of a class who was silently judging me. Not really. A couple other kids did anime. We had one girl, who's my friend, who did Spy Family. One guy did JJK. Another guy did Invincible. I'm pretty sure that's not an anime. But they had the picture of All Might, where like he's squatting. If you know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. But my entire theater class does. My teacher was really funny about that, by the way. Speaking of, I think he has a link on my YouTube channel, so he might be watching this. Hi, Teach! This is my Bungo Stray Dogs casting prompt. Presented by me, Cat Raps, who you should subscribe to right now. Starting with a PS slide in which I informed everyone that they're dead authors, and that's why their names might be familiar. Okay. Atsushi Nakajima, I picked Felix Lee from the hit band Stray Kids. Hold on. Yeah. Look at how similar they are. Look at how similar they are. My mic is over here. It's on a laundry basket. You can see it's like, that's part of my mic. Next up, we have Osamu Dazai, in which I casted Yoongi from the hit band BTS. Why? Because they look similar. Next, Dopo Kunikita, I picked Adam Driver. I picked this image because you can see what he looks like in glasses. See? I'm locked in. You envision it. Envision it. Yeah. Next, we have Edogawa Rampo, in which I had to pick Danny Mata. Jeez. I also had myself in this slide originally. I presented it with myself in there, but he told me to remove it for a good reason, too. He was like, most producers don't cast themselves because it's seen as pretentious, which it is, but I was like, but Lin-Manuel Miranda did it, and he was like, Lin-Manuel Miranda can do what he wants, which is valid. I feel like Lin-Manuel Miranda can do what he wants. Anyway, if you know why I casted Danny Mata as Rampo, nuh-uh, you do not know. I have not read any of the fanfiction, by the way, I just know of its existence. His reaction to Bungo Stray Dogs carried me throughout the summer, bro. I love it. It's like, instead of having a comfort show, I watch my comfort YouTuber watch my comfort show. Okay. For Yasano, I picked Anya Taylor-Joy because look at how similar they are. They look so good. Like, compared. Also, Anya Taylor-Joy is amazing. I love her. She's a baddie. I liked her in the Menu. That horror movie. It's not a great movie. I liked her in it, though. This was the one I kind of, like, was lazy in. This is, Akagawa. I picked his, stage play counterpart, which is, Hashimoto. Because, oh my gosh, he was hard to cast. Chuya was more hard, but this guy was hard. Because, well, I guess he was harder than Chuya. I did eventually pick someone for Chuya. This guy literally picked the stage play counterpart because I didn't know who to cast him as. If you have any ideas for Akagawa, that would be amazing. Like, what? He's such a hard character to cast. He has that, like, his personality is, I think, I didn't put it on my slides, but he gives me sopping wet cat vibes, but, like, the cat's feisty. And also, like, is obsessed with Dazai. A little bit. Have you read the new Bungo Stray Dogs chapters? I've been spoiled by Pinterest. I want to read them really bad. I just don't want to, pirate any in my local library, because I get library stuff. I'm so cool. Support your local libraries, kids. They need some support. They don't have that book yet. Some kid checked it out and has been checking it out for ages. Even so, it wouldn't be the newest chapters. So, all phooey. Next, the one that I bet most of you freaks have been waiting for, Chuya Nakaharu, in which I picked Conan Gray. Probably a pretty controversial opinion. But I keep seeing him show up on my YouTube Shorts page. Jeez. And you know what? He's kind of like Chuya, if you think about it. In many ways, he's like Chuya, but fruitier. I don't even know that was possible, but I feel like he could play Chuya really well if he, like, tried. So I picked him. We would have to short him down a little bit. I could not find a 5'4" actor. You would think there would be at least one who isn't like 1 billion years old. But no, they're all super tall. It was so hard. Like, he's, I think, 5'7", Conan Gray is. That's not short enough. We need to shrink him. We might even make him 5 foot, just for funsies. All that mattered to me was he was taller than Dazai, which I don't think he even is. I think the guy, Yoongi, the guy I casted for Dazai, is actually 5'4". So, we'd have to increase the size of Yoongi and shrink Conan a bit. Anyway, that was my Bungo Stray Dogs casting prompt. Thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe. These are the pictures of my Rampo. Which, yes, I did bring to class. His hat is backwards. That's why he looks like that. No, it isn't. His brim's tucked into his head. A little fun fact about me. You can see the pictures. I use him as like a flat Stanley. Did you ever do that as a kid? Where like you go on trips and you bring this like piece of paper of a guy on it and you take pictures at all the places you go? Yeah, I use him as my flat Stanley. I put him in a gumball machine. Me and my parents, they disassembled a gumball machine and we put him in there. He's trapped! No! Anyway, that was my Bungo Stray Dogs casting prompt. If you want me to do the Vocaloid presentation, I'd have to like figure out how to do it, because like I said, all the text is inverted. But I'd figure it out for you. Watch Bungo Stray Dogs. Actually, don't watch Bungo Stray Dogs. I had a couple kids approach me after class, like the anime kids. After class, they approached me and they were like, "What's Bungo Stray Dogs about? Should I watch it?" And I told them no. Because the moment they do, they're going to be so confused why I'm so obsessed with this show. Because season 1, it starts a little bit freaky. Like, you have all of, like, them just showing off all of Atsushi's ass. And then you have the siblings. And then you have just... I don't know. Season 1 is a fever dream, honestly. Oh, Dazai. Constantly just trying to jump into rivers and, yeah. Him mourning over the loss of a dead woman because she couldn't, like, die with him. Yeah, that was an interesting episode. Anyway, thank you for watching. This was Cat Raps. This is my bedroom, and I'll be seeing you next time. Good ciao.